Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the Football Tribe. Myself Shangav, and in this video we're going to look at a very important thing, and that's my strategy. What I'm going to do in Sorare 27 because the market is already on. There are games which have already started for the minor leagues and the major leagues. The game week or like just around the corner. We have La Liga next week and Premier League starting the week later. There are multiple new cards are on the market. Take it, the English league players, that is the Prem here, and Liga is already out, and we are going to have Bundesliga flooding the market in another 3 days' time. And in this today's video, we're going to look at like what is my particular strategy at the start of the season, because looking at the price of all these players, I'm a bit confused what to start out with and whether should we go and buy the in-season players for the very first game week or the game day, or should we just wait for a few more weeks and then take it forward from there. So the first and foremost, the kind of tournament or the mode what I'm going to play, I'm just going to explain that here. So as you all know, like we have three different modes to play in the pro game mode, and we have other which is set. I have done a separate videos a tutorial for all the beginners. If you're watching out for the very first time, there is a complete beginner tutorial about what is set and what is pro and what is arena and what are leaderboards, etc. So there's a playlist I have also created. You can just go and watch out. If you like the videos, please do like and subscribe the channel. And in today's video, as I said, we are just going to see the strategy on what I'm going to choose on the modes front, whether it's going to be pro or arena. Which is pro is going to be like hot streaks, what we are looking at here, and the other is leaderboards, which is the arena 27, and the arena C is the classic one. So you can see all the classic cards being listed here. We don't have any eligible Sorare 27 in-season cards. I haven't bought anything until this moment in the Prem, so there are no cards here. But what is my thoughts here is I'm going to personally play leaderboards for the very first, say, 6 to 8 weeks time. What will happen is there are first few weeks are going to be definitely a high hype kind of a moment for all the managers who are new. They wanted to be part of this particular launch of the season with the game week, so the player pricing are going to be very high. And number two is going to be the market credits, which are going to make the prices a bit inflated, because there are market credits with each managers from $10 to $100, and so the pricing are going to be definitely insane on the roof. And the third thing is there are boosted rewards for the very first few weeks. So the boosted rewards are also going to be giving an excitement for managers to take part in the very first few weeks, so they will be tempted to go and buy bid on players, auction the players out. So the prices are definitely inflated for the very first few weeks, so I'm going to avoid the reward boosted time frame, which is going to be the first 4 weeks, and I'm going to take another 4 weeks time to just make sure the market settles down after the rewards boosted window. The regular rewards are going to be part of the game modes. Say for example, $400 here, $50 here for level 4 and 5. So we'll have to just wait and see how the prices of the players are going to be, because if you're going to just compete with the very first few weeks, few levels here, say 1 2 3, it's just going to be easy. 380 is still achievable, but we need very good stack top tier tables players in order to compete with the 4 5 6 levels in here. So we'll have to wait for another few more weeks, which will be aiming around September mid to end. There is also other reason why I'm aiming for September end for the in-season cards, is there is going to be the first international break. So players will be going in for international duty, and a lot of managers or will be selling the players less in order to go and buy the players who are playing for the national teams. So there will be definitely a price drop. I have seen that similar pattern in Sorare 26. Also during the very first international break, I'll do a separate video on the breakdown of it, how the market might look at maybe during the first or second week of September. So I'm definitely going to avoid the streaks, the hot streaks in the in season, be it any league. And I'm going to go for playing the leaderboard, which is the Arena 27. There are a few reasons why I'm playing this, because during the very first few weeks, there will be like less number of players who are going to be part of the game, like because of the player price being inflated. Not a lot of players are going to managers are going to bid them, or will be able to afford those kind of cards. And it might look like a contradictory on what I'm trying to say here. You said like don't need to buy an in-season card now because of prices are inflated, but you're also saying that you want to play leaderboards with players, you wanted to be and part of the leaderboard campaign, get some good rewards. How is that possible? The contradiction is there are two different things. One is for the Arena 27, which are the leaderboards. I'm going to go with rare cards, and specifically I'm going to play La Liga. There are two different reasons here. I have bought a few cards from a couple of teams. I'm going to do a separate video about why I've chosen La Liga as the go-to leaderboard, or the rarity being rare. Why not limited but rare? Like the prices are going to be higher, or what is the reason for it? I'm going to do a separate video, but I'm going for the leaderboard competition with the rare, specifically focused on La Liga. So that's the strategy I'm going to follow for the very first few weeks. I picked two teams, which is going to be Celta and Malaga. So these are two teams. I have bought like few players via auction. I've just bid for them, and on the base price of say like $6 to $7. And I think those players might not start, but still that's a good sign for me, at least to be part of the very first few weeks, because the number of players who are going to play is going to be on the very lower end. So until now we have another 6 more days. I think the numbers might increase, but there's still like 105 managers or players only playing this in this particular competition. But when it comes for the rewards, you can see like we have until 750. Like I don't think this might cross over the number mark from 100, might not cross over 400. So I think like I'm guaranteed, even though none of these players starts, I'm still guaranteed for either like 1000 XP or a 250 essence, which is going to be La Liga in season essence. And that's the only a kind of a driving factor for me to play the in season rare leaderboards, because the number of players are going to be less. And even if there are going to be a couple of players, like say, I think Boja might start or come in as a sub. Dittora will definitely start. So if these kind of players are comes in, and if I'm going to rank up somewhere around 200, 230 here in this type, so I'm going to get a in-season rare La Liga card essence. So I can just craft one, so it gets added. So this is the kind of a head start what I'm trying to look at here. Even though if any of these players goes for a DNP, doesn't matter, because this will definitely give people a good chance to have a head start on building the gallery as whole. So that's the primary thing on the pro front. The reason why I have avoided this is regarding the leaderboard front. The names are still confusing. So yeah, on the leaderboard front, and why I am avoiding the hot streaks for the very first few months is again an experience, or the kind of lesson that is learned from Sit. This is going to be a free version where we are all attempts to get whatever bigger rewards which we can take here. You can see I've cleared the first 4 levels very well. Got over 360. Not a big deal here, and it's a miss here. I'll just show you why. 2 things. Yes, I did a mistake. It is the target for me to achieve. I mean, the 400 is not a big deal here when we have good 10%, 10% bonus, and we have a player who scored close to 100 points. But here is the mistake. So this particular match started around like 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Which is definitely like you can't just keep alarm to open, see the lineup and do these things. I don't want to get into those things and disturb my sleep patterns, etc. But so here it is a simply a a easy target to achieve if there is going to be a player who can just score a goal or do some any decisive will definitely give me that particular target. But yeah, we have lost it here. Not a big deal. We can definitely start from first. But the lesson what is learned here is the first 3 to 4 is definitely easy, but the last two are going to be definitely tough. And with how the in-season cards, you need to have something like 5% on the collection bonus, 5% on the XP level, and multiple other XP levels. I mean, the kind of percentage that's going to add up for a player is going to be very crucial. And if you don't have a good stack, good collection bonus for a particular player or your team as whole, it's going to be very tough when we are going to play at level 5 and 6. Say like achieving 430, you may achieve the 430 here, but at the right time, at the right with the right team, it's going to be a tougher task. I don't think people are understanding they might like have a good 30% players from set. They would have cleared good levels in here when it was during the World Cup campaign. But I definitely feel like there might be regrets from players, managers after a few weeks that it's going to be difficult targeting number 4, 5, 6 levels in any of the hot streak mode, unless like if there's going to be like new special edition cards similar to how the Sorare does for set, with hollow or like shiny cards. So I think there are special edition for few players which has been already released, but even though I think like that 5% might not help a lot for players who are targeting for the big one here, like say $2,000 or 6,000 at the very first beginning. So that's the biggest reason I might just take first couple of months time to just see how many players and what are the kind of players and what are the kind of scores that is coming in, and what is definitely needed to like say hit the top like 4, 5, and 6 levels. And if I need to like go and buy a 3 to 4 stack from say Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, etc. As an example, if I need to buy those four teams, is it worth it or not? So all these calculations are going to be very crucial when you're going to put in an in-season cards specifically for the hot streaks. So this is the reason. So my strategy is going to be very simple. That I'm still like preparing myself to play the very next set. I am very much excited for the upcoming set in the month of September. So the preparations are on. We are at 235 gems. We have saved 235, and we have 70k essence saved in to open packs when we are going to have the European packs, in another a couple of days time. So I'm just going to go all in with the European bronze pack. Try to build the gallery. Try to pack some big stars or icons if possible, so that our journey to hit the bigger 200 gems are going to be easier. And I'll just go in with a lot of essence saved. No, sorry, a lot of gems saved for the very next set. I hope Sora is going to have a good number of or reward, a cash reward at number level 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 depends. I'm not that sure how many levels are going to be there for the very next Sorare set. So this is the preparation. We are at around 504 players collected for the MLS. I've used a lot of players. I've just scrapped a lot of good players who are not going to be part of the matches being covered. So yep, so these are the only 5-star players I have at the moment. And so whenever there's going to be duplicate of players, I just remove it at the very same time, so I get the essence back and save them for the European packs when they're going to go live in another couple of days. So set is something like what I'm doing every day. I have got some good squad as well. Like we have covered a good number of times the very first few levels. I think the other thing is the top 2 levels are going to be definitely harder, but we always grind, we always try that one. And yes, so we start the set level 1 from scratch again from tomorrow. I don't think there are any games tomorrow, but I'll just check it in a minute. Yeah, we do have. Oh, okay, not tomorrow. We have it on Wednesday and Thursday, the couple of days time. Cool. So we'll have some lineups in for the very first few levels. Save them as well for the European packs to go out live. So this is the strategy what I'm going to follow. I'm going to play sit every day, compete in whatever way we can, and try to get as many things as possible. If you got an offer, just see what it is. Okay, thank you. So rejected. So we're going to have a couple of videos coming in. One is going to be like why I've chosen La Liga and what is the reason for it. I've covered a bit of an intro towards that in this video, and the other video is going to be like what is the best time to buy the in-season cards in September, and how does the price fluctuate when an international break comes in. So if you wanted to watch these two videos or upcoming content, we're also going to go live often from now onwards. There was a break last week. I couldn't able to do any videos, but we are going to be very consistent from now on. So please do subscribe to the channel if you like the video, and stay tuned, and share your strategy, or what is your plan for Sorare 27. Are you going to go just classic, all-star classic, or are you interested in going contender? Because I see players are really interested in doing contender hot streaks. So what are your thoughts? What is your game plan and strategy for Sorare 27? Put that in the comments section, and I'll see you in the very next video. Thank you so much. Bye.